Morning everyone, how are we? Sorry it's a few minutes late, all good this end. Hope your week has been a good one. You would have seen my post. Today we're going to just have a good old chinwag about frustration. A couple of things have happened to me this week which have been totally frustration for me. One being travelling yesterday with my sat-nav and it took me down 3 different roads and I was awfully frustrated. So what I want you to do is think about what's frustrating to you. What do you define frustration as? Morning, everyone. Lovely seeing all of you come in. Hi. Whoa, this is good. This is good. Got quite a lot to get through today. Okay, so the definition of frustration then. Frustration comes in all shapes and sizes. It could be either a slow burn or in the background, or it can be like a sharp sudden firework, a bit like me turning down the wrong road and banging the steering wheel. Not great. But regardless of what form frustration takes, it always demands attention. You can't ignore it, you can't resist it. And both of these methods are error prone and like to result in more frustration if you do try and ignore it and resist it. So the stressor, as they call it, can vary according to you as an individual. You could be stressed at work, it could be trying to solve a problem and you can't find a solution. I don't believe in that. I believe there's always a solution. Morning, Sally. Lovely to see you. And pursuing a goal that you can't attain. Well, there's something that we say, or I say, and that is, if you do it the same way, you'll get the same results. So for God's sake, if it's not working, just change it. Just change it. So how do we feel in frustration then? Stressed. Sometimes you get angry, get aggressive, irritable. Long-term frustration can result in feeling very sad and depressed. But I feel it lays between anger and sadness. It's kind of that middle road. And I was thinking of what colours would represent frustration to me. Well, some people think red is for anger, black is for real depression. So how about the middle, which is why I've picked dark blue. So that's not for everyone. But more so, I looked at frustration and in how we would picture it and how we would draw it. And I came up with some of these drawings. And for me, I'll show you, this would demonstrate frustration. So lots of sharp lines, really hard, intense scribbling. And that's all quite negative, I think. So just relate to it. Would you scribble and doodle if you're frustrated? How would you do it? You wouldn't draw lovely flowers and nice things, would you? And sunshine. It would be dark clouds and thunder and all those sort of things. So types of frustration, obviously internal ones, things that are happening inside you, how it makes you feel. It's about emotion and about reacting to things. What makes you feel unhappy or sad. And then you've got external frustration. External frustration outside of you, okay? That can make you frustrated, like, I don't know, stuck in traffic, or like me, back again to the same story of the sat-nav. So it's about internal and external. So we've gone through the signs and definition and how the behaviour is. Now, they do say, and there's a study that says human behaviour has revealed that 90% of the population can be classified into 4 basic personality types: optimistic, pessimistic, trusting and envious. However, the latter of the 4, so envy or envious, is the most common, with 30% compared to 20% in the other groups. So frustration to me is an emotional response to stress. It's common that everyone will experience in their lives. So losing your temper, tapping your fingers. People tap their fingers when they're frustrated. They persistently sigh, or they just give up and go, forget it, can't do it. Anxiety is tipped with frustration. So I'm going to give you some ideas and of how to overcome frustration. Morning, Andy. Lovely to see you. Lots of you here today. This is really, really good. I'm loving this. Hope you are too. Remember, I want your comments, want your experiences, all on frustration, please. We've all been there. And I want to see what your solutions are of overcoming it. So how do we overcome frustration? Coping with frustration is important to get to the root of the problem. So you can't resist it, you can't ignore it, and it won't go away on its own. So you need to figure out what is causing that frustration. Get to the root of the problem. So there's a few steps that you can take. Talk to someone you trust about your feelings. Talking out loud can also help you sort through things. Preferably not when everyone else is around, because they probably think you're a bit strange if you're talking to yourself. I do it a lot. Start journaling. A lot of people write journals, diaries. But if you feel that you're in that mode of frustration quite a lot, write down how it makes you feel and what is it that's making you frustrated. You might even find a pattern, but it gives you a bit more of perspective on the whole situation, and it will help you find a solution and your way of coping with frustration, so you don't go around tipping the anger or tipping the sadness. Find an alternative way to accomplish your goal and restructure your plan. Like I said, do it the same way, you'll get the same results. So change it up. Recognise what you can change and what you can't change. Worry about the things you can change. Don't worry about the things you can't. It's a waste of energy. Waste of time, waste of energy, and it won't make you feel good. It will actually give you more anxiety, which is what you don't want. So those are my tips. What I'm going to say to you is we're going to give you a little bit of a task. So it'll be really, really nice to get your feedback on this. Message me. You can go to my website and look at my blog, which is sbbusinesssupport.com, or message me on Facebook. That's great. I want you to reflect back this week on one thing that has frustrated you, and we will definitely all have one. Make a plan, write a journal on how it's made you feel and what you did to overcome it. If you still have that frustration, this will be the ideal opportunity to find ways of coping with it. If you get stuck, recruit a friend. Now, that's it for this week. But please, can you please come up with ideas for next week? Here on the sofa. Again, if there's anyone who wants to join me in May, I've got a lady already in April. All your comments are valuable. All your participation is really crucial. I hope this has been helpful for you. And I will see you next Saturday. Have a good week. Keep the coping of frustration under control. Stay safe. Bye.